Without further ado, if you take a look at it, the extra width is just from here to there. It's 10.8 millimeters, and it can't be made smaller. There's already like 20 thousandths walls.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and state the obvious about this thing first,
okay,
right off the bat. Hold it sideways a little bit more. My biggest problem with a box mod,
yeah,
is that things don't look right on it.
Yeah.
Okay? Here's something that's like almost one part box mod, one part tube mod.
Right.
Things finally look right on it.
Yeah. And you know what? 2 years ago, I did hybrid between a battery tube and an atomizer and a tank. You know, that hybrid market exploded out of the Genesis. Okay,
right.
There were hybrids before that. I didn't invent the hybrid, but I did bring the hybrid to actual market. I went hybrid in that direction, all in one device. Now I'm going hybrid tube box. Okay, it's now a hybrid of those two, and we add that to it. It's hybrid in two directions, right. And the whole idea is hybrid brings form factors down. Hybrid makes things so that you have fewer points of failure. And the whole idea here of this hybrid is now we're going to do hybrid. It's truly a hybrid between a mech, because every piece of this could become part of a mech.
Right.
Just put a regular switch on there, take the ZNA off of there, and you have a mech mod. Right. So it's hybrid between power regulated and mech. It's also hybrid between box and tube. It's also hybrid between atomizer and PV.
Right.
And in doing that, what did I end up with? I ended up with a PV with a 490 battery in it, is 3/4 of an inch shorter than a ProVary with a 490 battery in it. If we put the 650 body tube on it, and yes, you can change any of the Z tube.
So it does use Z2 tubes.
Uses Z2 tubes. Any of the Z2 tubes that are available from either myself or the other manufacturers that are doing Z2 tubes, you can put it on there. So you can change colors, you can change styles. You know, it's all completely modular with Z2. With an 18650 on it, it's 15 millimeters longer, and when you put it in your hand, your pinky just rolls right around it.
Right. And it still stands up straight.
And it still stands up straight.
Right.
I don't have that tube on there,
right,
but it'll still stand straight up. So the whole idea is get it as small as possible. With a 490 battery, it's the same height as a ProVary Mini. In fact, it's 1/8 of an inch shorter than a ProVary Mini, which has a 350. With a 650 battery, it's the same height, just shy of the same height of a ProVary with a 490. So you know, it's a full 3/8 of an inch shorter than the Z2 without it. Right. Because the Z2, you add the extra height of the switch. With this, you pick up the coupling ring, but the switch is gone. So it's 3/8 of an inch taller than a Z2 with the same battery configuration. So I'm sure it can. Somebody must be able to figure out a way to trim a millimeter off of it or something like that. Right. But I don't think you're going to get much more than that. I mean, it's truly as small as I can make it,
right, and
still make it Z2 compatible.
Okay, so let's answer a couple of the questions
sure,
so far. Obviously, that is a prototype.
This is a prototype.
Okay, so the machining markings that we're seeing on that, the fact that this is aluminum, that's not going to be in the final product.
That's correct.
Okay, and the final product will be made of?
It will be made out of stainless steel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other question that I got was the connection type on that.
Yeah.
Is it 510 or is it Zen?
So, well,
Z2?
Yes.
And
the
answer is yes.
It's both.
Right, and I think that's what people want to hear.
But
really.
If it's Z2, then that means it's also 510 because there is a Z2 to 510 adapter.
Right.
It's native Z2. Okay, so by native Z2, what do I mean? It's got the Z2 threading there.
Right.
If you want it to be 510, you thread the 510 adapter on it.
Right.
If you want to put your Genesis Z2 atomizer, your Z2 Cardo tank, any of those sorts of things, the Steam Monkey Link RDA, which has just come out, which is the Z2 dripper.
Right.
Put in a plug for Lance because he's out there, fighting the Z2 battles now too. But when this ships initially, it's going to ship stainless steel tube, stainless steel body. It'll have a 510 connector on it.
Okay.
So it'll ship as a PV.
Okay.
Okay. And then if you want to put your any of your Z2 accessories on it, you can put it on. If you've already got a brass body tube, you can put the brass body tube on it.
Right.
We have copper body tubes coming out. They'll be able to go on there. We have We have the Sapphire Zen Coat. This is Rose Gold Zen Coat. That's coming out soon. The Gunmetal Zen Coat is available now, plus any of the other stainless tubes that are available. So every body tube that's Z2 will fit on it and work.
Okay, so the next obvious questions, when and how much?
When and how much? Target launch date is December 27th.
Okay.
How much? Target price is $250 shipped as a PV.
Okay.
That's the target price. I make no promise that we're going to hit it. I always try to come in lower than my target price.
Okay.
We did that with the Z2. You know, I came in a few bucks lower than I thought it was going to come in, and we're always aiming for that.
Okay.
The next most available, you know, the next most logical question that then is how many of them are you going to make?
Right.
You know, is it going to be available? The initial production run is 1,000 units.
Okay.
We think that's gonna be enough to satisfy you know the urge. We guessed that 1,000 units on Z2 was going to be enough.
Right.
And it still sold out in a couple of days. Which was a surprise to everybody. We thought that was going to, but we had them back in stock in a couple of weeks. So just because we're launching with 1,000 units doesn't mean that we're going to sit back for 6 months to wait to do the next one. We're immediately jumping into the next production run after that. So so that's ZNA.
Awesome.
Is what it is.
That's the name of it, the ZNA.
Right now the working name is the ZNA. Okay. We had talked about doing a naming contest for it, and then somebody this weekend said you should call it the Rocketeer.
Okay, I get it.
And you should call it the Rocketeer. And what's funny is for about a month around our shop, we were calling it the Rocketeer. So all of a sudden, somebody else was seeing what we're seeing.
Yep.
So it may come out as the Rocketeer. It may come out as the ZNA, but I think everybody's going to basically call it the ZNA anyway. But because so many pictures have gone out of it as the ZNA. So
well, I like it, man. It is really slick.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, that is that's a sexy piece.
Thank you.
It is a really sexy piece.
Thank you.
All right. Well.